Hi, I'm Joshua Beauchard with Savory Fund. We're a restaurant group that acquires brands. We keep founders involved and we take them to the next scale. So our brands today are R&R Barbecue, Mo Betta's, Swig. We have some exciting new brands like South Block and Via 313 that are growing, and Houston's Hot Chicken. So we've been in business for 15 years doing restaurants. We really wanted a solid piece for payroll, HCM that works together. So we found a solution in ADP that allows us to win and allows for the franchisees to win as well. And ADP coming in and being able to take control, put things in place that really make a difference as a franchisee, that was number one on our list. So having the support, having our teams internally know how to use the system and be able to speak through what ADP is doing really helps the franchisees to understand that we have a seamless system from front to back. At Savory, one of the things that we focus on is our ability to help the employee experience. And we really see that employee is so valuable. So from sourcing to onboarding to scheduling to timekeeping, and how that flows with seeing their pay data is really important to us. And I think the Harry integration with ADP has really changed things for us. And so for the future, we're very focused on how we can empower our employees to get to the next level and making it so that our GMs know how to communicate and work really well with all of our employees, understand the goals that we have at Savory, and then allow them to get more out of it than they ever could before.